Hey everyone, welcome back to Atlanta Tech Edge. Well, let's get right into it. We don't want to waste any time because we have the hosts of Tech Talk, y'all. They're here, Sanjay, Parekh, and Adam Walker.
Hey! How's it going? Good to be back.
We got a live studio audience just for you guys.
We love it.
Yes.
Yeah, play well to an audience.
I know. All right,
great.
I want to get into it because you guys always have so much to say, and I don't want to take away any time. So let's start with the Samsung smartphone that has, what, no connectivity to the internet?
No internet whatsoever.
Nothing.
Which is amazing to me. I love it. I want to buy it for my kid right now.
Yeah, I like it too. Do you think
Yeah.
that we're in like a cyclical phase where, since we're so connected, that eventually we're going to be completely disconnected?
I see a trend happening where people are becoming more and more aware of that. I'm seeing people saying things like, oh, I'm leaving my phone downstairs, in one spot, so I'm not connected to it. Or like for me, I've intentionally not bought a smartwatch because I don't want more alerts in my life. I've got enough of that as it is. And then for my kids, I don't want my kids on the internet unsupervised. It's just scary to me. So I love the idea of a phone that doesn't look unlike other phones, so they're not ostracized, and yet there's no connectivity.
Right. The only thing that I look at this phone and think that, man, I wish it had was be email. Because personally, maybe I would use that phone for myself.
Right.
The only thing I would need is email, because a lot of times you're at a meeting and the person's running late and they'll send you an email. And this used to happen to me before having a smartphone.
Yep.
And they'd send an email and be like, nah, I don't know where they are.
Right.
So that's the one piece that I wish it kind of had, but
And then you can get back to having a
really
Garmin in your car
There you
for
go.
GPS.
That's perfect.
We can just rewind 10 or 15 years. That'd be great.
Or we could just use
Yeah.
the AAA maps.
Yeah.
Those work
Well,
just
then we're
fine.
rewinding further.
C7.
Right.
Remember that?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
I don't know.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay,
The
good.
flip trip.
Yeah.
What is it called?
The Atlas
Flip
Red
ticks?
Atlases.
I'm
Something.
into the phone with no internet connectivity for the children aspect because I do feel like there are ways to police our children on the internet, but it's impossible, right? I mean,
Right.
you can't be all knowing.
There's also the other end of the spectrum. Our parents, as they get older, maybe they should not have the internet on their phones too.
Right.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
okay.
Maybe.
Let's moving along. If that interests you, check it out. Okay, Bill Gates is doing what? Putting satellites all over and spying on everyone. What's happening?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
I don't think him personally. I think he's invested in a company with a bunch of folks.
He's
I
busy.
can't see Bill doing that himself. But it's an interesting thing. It's scary and it's interesting, right? So it's scary because somebody in the sky watching you all day, every day, 24/7.
Wasn't there a movie with that in it with Will Smith? Where
Yeah.
like they could zero in on him at any given moment in time. Like that's
Yeah.
exactly what we're talking about.
That's exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. And it's interesting, I think, from the perspective, if you think about logging, like poachers, things like that, to be able to track them down
Yep.
and to stop that stuff. But for all
like
the rest
whale
of us,
migration, they talked about in the article, like they can track whale
Yeah.
migration, they can catch forest fires the instant they break out, and that's great. But
Right.
they can also track you
exactly.
at any
Right.
moment, at
Yeah.
any time.
I just have this loop playing in my head of people counting cards in casinos, and then like a guy coming up to you and arresting you. But
Yeah.
Bill Gates in the sky,
Right.
Figuratively speaking. I mean, not really Bill Gates, but you know what I mean. Interesting. Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he has too much money. I mean, what is the outcome for him? Just to
Well, they're
Yeah.
going to sell it to governments and basically big corporations that can afford it. So they'll probably
Yeah.
sell like a low resolution. You'll probably be able to like zoom out like just so far and see, but like governments will be able to zoom way in. And
Right.
interestingly enough, I think it has a 1 second latency. So they're talking about satellites that have a 1 second delay on the feed. So I mean that's real time in a way that we've
Yeah.
never seen
Right.
from satellite imagery.
I mean, then if you think about like police officers getting a helicopter in the sky to track somebody,
You don't need a
You don't
helicopter
need a
anymore.
helicopter, right? You just punch it up.
yeah.
We're inside. I
It's
think
not
we're
X-ray.
safe.
It's not-
Yeah, okay.
At least not yet. Not that we
Not
know
that
of.
we know of.
Okay, I want to get
Yeah.
to this next story too because it's kind of creepy, but transition lenses for your eyes that get darker for the sun and protect you from UV rays.
Yeah, contacts that are like basically
Contacts.
transition lenses.
Right.
Yeah.
So the transition lenses that we've seen in the past for just regular prescription glasses, but now that technology is in the
In
contacts.
your contacts, which I think is kind of cool on the one hand because if you like the lenses, you might
Right.
like the contacts. On the other hand, I think you might look like you're demon possessed in the sun. So like there's that side of it that sort of scares me. Like my kid will walk up and see somebody with these contacts and just run the other way.
Right.
There's no
You know?
color in their
Yeah,
pupils.
there's no
it's just
color, it's
black.
black
Like the
eyes.
zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
I read in the article it said no word on if it will make everybody's eyes look gray and creepy. I was like,
Yeah, they will. Yes, I can promise you.
No.
How can they not make everyone's eyes look gray
Right.
and creepy? Like, come on.
But it does eliminate the need to carry around sunglasses. So I mean,
Sure.
there's
That's
that
not
one
the
less
problem
thing.
that I care that much about.
No?
Like I never think to myself, oh man, I'm really burdened by carrying around these sunglasses.
Right.
Like that's just not something that comes to my
Right.
mind.
Yeah.
Plus, you got to be able to
Yeah.
sport your cool shades.
I guess
Right?
Ray-Ban, maybe they'll be
I don't
safe.
know. People
Exactly.
who are cool don't say cool shades. All right. Anyway, moving on. All right, so
People that are cool aren't on tech talk shows.
No, they are. Yes. Okay, so let's get to your app recommendation for the week.
Yeah. So I like this app right now called Cam Scanner. You know the kind of saying the best camera that you have is the one with you?
Yes.
Well, this is basically the same thing with a scanner. If you're out and about and you need to scan something in, you can take a picture of it and it crops that document down so that you don't see whatever it is that it's sitting on.
Okay.
A lot of people, all the junk.
Yeah, I like that.
All
Right?
right.
And it does optical character recognition as well, so it'll actually figure out what the text is on there as well.
All right, Adam, what's your tech rec?
The app, Mobile Passport. I came into the country recently and I was able to get through customs and everything in literally 2 minutes and be on my way to my car.
Okay, so what is it? It keeps all of your documentation
Basically
together?
scan in your passport, you answer all the little questions they give you on the card, no, 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 and then it gives you a screen, a completion screen, you walk through, show it to the people, and keep on going.
Really? And they were all familiar with it? They weren't like, what's that?
They have signs up as you walk through Hartsfield Jackson promoting the app.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Excellent. I'm going out of the country soon, and I will use that. Thank
Definitely
you guys
should.
so much. Love having you here.
Thanks for having us.
All right, don't go anywhere. Up next, we'll tell you about a unique matchmaking dating app that's helping people find love. And don't miss our social media picks of the week. Stay tuned.